Attempts to reform some practices at the Hawaii County Planning Department didn't go too well at a recent council committee meeting. Councilwoman Brenda Ford introduced 3 bills that she believed would codify procedures as far as subdivision approval or rezoning is concerned. Bill 167 would specify how the maximum amount of lots are permitted in a new subdivision.
I've been here almost 20 years, and I can tell you that this is a fight that goes on every single time. And the way the developers get around this is they do a PUD, and then the planning director uses his or her discretion to allow them to exceed the zoning in that particular area. We need to have a stop to this problem. And by coding it into Chapter 23 and having the calculations spelled out very, very clearly, we will stop all argument. The developers will come in, the planning department points the code, this is your maximum number of lots. We don't have to have any more discussion on that. The Planning Commission doesn't get to override it. The Planning Director doesn't override it. The Council hopefully will not override it. So I believe that this is a very, very important code to stop the abuse of our zoning codes.
Actually, I'm not objecting. I'm just saying that it's already provided for. The way we do it, it's already provided for.
Okay, so
if you pass this down, we'll run it through the commissions. But this will be our recommendation to the commission. We'll point them to these sections and we'll say, when you come in for a subdivision, this is what you're required to provide. When you take all of that area out, this is what your net subdividable area is. And then the commission can, they'll forward their comments further on.
A motion to refer the bill to the Windward and Leeward Planning Commissions was voted down 6-2. Ford's Bill 179 would have mandated the planning director to conduct site visits for applications for a change in zoning applications.
The point is, Mr. Kanuha, I don't know if you have changed the policy in the planning department from previous directors, but previous directors have sat in that spot and told us they didn't have time to send any of their people out on any of these things.
I'm not going to dispute the fact that for other kinds of permits that don't go before the Planning Commission, for example, PUDs don't go before the Planning Commission, variances don't go before the Planning Commission, subdivisions don't go before the Planning Commission. I don't dispute the fact that in some of those instances, field inspections were not made, and if they were made, they weren't as thorough as they could be. I'm not disputing that. But as it relates to any permit application that goes before the Planning Commission, I think Councilperson Kern knows as well, as the orientation that they provide now is about as thorough as you'll ever see.
I've been here 7 years, and I cannot tell you the number of times I've heard a director say, no, we didn't do a site inspection. We have too much work to do. So I've heard that multiple times. I don't want that to happen.
That measure was again defeated by a 5-3 vote. Ford had some success with her final Bill 182, which referred to the Planning Commission's a similar rule mandating site visits, this time for subdivision applications.
Specifically, subdivisions being required to have a member of the Department of Planning go out and look at it. I'm not asking for an engineer. I'm not asking for plats to be drawn. I'm not asking for surveys to be done. I'm asking for a site visit from a professional planning person, and that's what our planning department has, professionals. And I'm asking for them, at least one of them, to go out and take a look at the location.
The 8 council members present voted in favor of the referral.